as you talk about jumping in there, taking those stories, writing them, talk a little bit about your process. When you are developing a poem,
Yeah.
does the idea kind of hit you and you write it down?
Yeah.
Do you kind of perseverate on it? Do you
Yeah.
sleep on it?
Yeah.
What's your process?
It it comes a lot of different ways. It could come in the form of a word, a phrase. It could come as a title, or it could first, or the body of a poem or a piece of a poem first. It could also be, me reading someone else's writing, and ask myself, how would I rewrite this? I don't think that writers write books to say, don't come this way. Writers leave a trail for you to follow them. So as a writer, I don't have writer's block because I can pick up somebody's book and rewrite one of their poems, or do like some of my writers friends do, who will rewrite, who will pick a text by somebody else and just write it word for word, but in their own handwriting, just to see what this writer might have been feeling like while they were writing. And I go through drafts. I go through many drafts, and reworks and rewrites and free writes, until I come to this place where, how I read it aloud matches, the words. Because when I write, I edit by reading aloud, because my work is also rhythmic, and it's important that there's a breath at the end of each line, and that the sentence holds, and that the line holds as well, and the thought holds. And so when I fumble over it while I'm reading it out loud, that might mean that I need to go in there and take something out or add something. So it's crazy.
It's a process.
Yeah.
Now, when you spoke about rewriting and edits, is there a typical number of times you write a poem before you feel like, oh, this is it?
There is not. There is not. The new book that I'll be reading from, on Thursday, even as a collection, I've sent it to my editor once. She sent it back. I've sent it back to her. So we've done this like 4 times already. And so each poem, I've done that with no less than 4 or 5 times per poem.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So it's a lot, it's a lot of work.
Okay, great. You sort of stepped into where I was thinking about going in terms of if you have a new book coming out.
Yes.
What's
yes.
the title of it?
It's called Our Name Be Witness.
And
Yes.
where did that name come from?
It's a play on the Jehovah Witness of us, but also the witnessing, and what we see, and it's the story about the women that I come from loosely, and the conversations that they have with each other, both in this world, and from this world to the next, and from the next back to other women who are living. So they're all in conversation.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they're talking in different directions?
They're talking. Yeah, that's good. I like that. They are talking in different directions, but they are talking to each other.
Yes.
They are in conversation. There's one character in the book, who begins to have visions and gifts, and she doesn't realize or understand where they came from, because the women never told her to expect it. And it turns out they all had it too, but possibly misused it. And so they had to put it down, and they went into hiding, and they became Jehovah's Witnesses, and went into the witness protection program. And so that was the whole Our Name Be Witness thing. And how do you own your gifts, and how do you break a generational curse, and how do you, that's why I think it fits so well with this whole resilience theme. How do you hold on to it and make it yours? And when it all ends up with you, what are you going to do with it if there's no one here if there's no manual attached to it?
Right. Do you have a sample?
I do have a sample.
Could you read something?
Sure.
We've got a couple of minutes left.
Okay. Then I'll read just something quick. This is a piece that starts the show, and it's real short. And it says, "The beginnings are always cold. Our bones rattle like radiators for heat. It seems to take forever with us for things, this room, to warm up, and even when it does, it is never to the core. I pray this winter does not overstay its welcome or offer wisdom we are surely not ready for. Gonna be rough. Lot of folks surely gonna pass. But maybe we wrong. Maybe this not the dying season. Maybe this our full circle dance and us frenzy workin'. Maybe plastic and duct tape windows and salt scare this storm away. Maybe all the candles ran out of breath. Maybe the offering, the apples we took to make apple pie, appease some gentle side, some sweet tooth of some saint. Maybe we come back to a fireplace. Maybe this time we getting warm.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
What was the impetus for that poem?
It's, how do we turn it from curse, to blessing? When we've been told that it's gonna be rough, and maybe rough is something we just need to get through. Maybe rough is not the destination, and I like the idea of something, foreboding, opening up, the show. That there is a sense that we have to go through something, and.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, that's it. It
Well,
really
that's-
is just
that's
the opening.
marvelous.
Yeah.
Okay, now when does the book come out?
The book is coming out in November. The press I'm affiliated with is Redbone Press, www.redbonepress.com, and it's a really exciting project. I'm really excited about it.
Do you have a website?
Yeah, my personal website is www.marvinkwhite.com. Yeah.
And you're open for performances, readings, teaching classes?
Yeah, workshops, and really at any level. If there's a need for people to begin to think creatively and out of the box and own their stories so they can tell your company's story even, then we can come in and do some workshops.
Well, that's wonderful. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you this coming Thursday.
Thank you.
Time is going by so fast. That's Afro Solo TV for this week. Join us again next time.